All right, we're going to look at removing the high pressure line on this 2001 Mustang Cobra power steering pump that we're replacing today. And the manual calls to remove this line while the power steering pump is still mounted onto the car. Now, one of the reasons that you have a choice here is because this 18mm nut is a little bit difficult to get to with the pulley and everything else that's surrounding it, so there's not a lot of tools that can get in there. While it is true that if you remove the 10mm bolts that's mounting the power steering pump to the block, you could lower it down and have better access to the nut right there. But the problem with that is, and why I don't recommend it, is because you're going to put stress on this line because the power steering pump is actually quite heavy. So it is a good idea to try to remove it while it's still mounted to the car. First thing I did was spray some penetrating oil on the nut right there so it would loosen it up because it was pretty tight. And then what I ended up using was this 6-inch wrench right here, and I got it in a spot where it's flush on the nut because you don't want it partially up or in any other compromised position where you could round the edges. That's not a good idea. So and because my new power steering pump has a pulley on it, I wasn't super worried about the integrity of the pulley either. And so I got it in there and it's fully engaged on the nut. And what I was able to do is actually squeeze between the sway bar here and the wrench to get pressure. And I was actually able to break that loose. And once I broke the nut loose, then I can continue to use this to turn it and remove it from the power steering pump. So that's a little guide on how you need to get in there and remove the high pressure line while the power steering pump is still mounted into this 4.6 liter 2001 Mustang Cobra.